Welcome everyone. In this video, we'll go through price action for Nasdaq 100 and US30. So, going down, checking the weekly time frame, we have price breaking structure here. This being a weekly range high and a weekly range low. So we are bullish. If you check the most recent price action, you can see very well that price reacted off of this zone, although it did weak below it, but still it just created a week, and this is the new week's candle. I think we could be seeing buys this week, especially as this is the weekly range. We've wicked it, and rather this is the candle range. So we wicked it and we're currently buying. So I think we could be targeting this zone as liquidity. We could see here for a reaction, if not for a break or something. So I do think for this week we could be buying. On the daily time frame, what can we see? So yes, this was what happened. The week candle, this daily candle rather, got broken. So now we could be saying this as a zone that price could possibly react from this point. The supply zone on the lower time frame could see price going down here before it starts buying to possibly seek out here, or even just break through the whole thing. So that's what I think on the daily time frame. For the candle, this is still the candle range. Today's candle has already broken past it, but we have to wait for the day to end so that we can see if this will be a new range, but it's most likely going to be the new range come the end of today. So checking out the 4-hour time frame, what do we see there on the 4-hour time frame? This is the break. This is break of structure. This is the whole leg. So we can now mark this out as our 4-hour time frame range, making here the break of structure, here the 4-hour range high, and this is the 4-hour range low. So this here is our current range. So checking out for supply and demand zones, this zone here is still active. This zone is still active. This is where price is reacting currently from, but we'll see in the coming days what happens there. Anyway, let me take this out back. So yeah, that is it. Let's check out the 1-hour time frame. If you see on the 1-hour time frame, okay, this is what is happening now. First of all, this zone should be taken out, so it's most likely going to be broken. So here is still our supply zone. Let us check for the current range first before we start looking for zones that to break. Okay, so on the 1-hour time frame, this level has been broken. So I think we actually now have a new range. This is still the 1-hour time frame range low here. This is now a change of character rather to the upside, and this is our new range. This is still the range high. This is the range low. This is our new range, but we are not going to mark this out yet because price is looking most likely like it will break it. We can actually mark it out. Let me just mark it out here. So once price breaks it, then we'll be expecting more buys. But for now, for our supply zones, this is a nice one that price is reacting from, the basing candles before the aggressive sell. Sorry, let me take this out. The basing candles here, this consolidating candle before this aggressive sell away from it. Same as this one here, the basing candles before the sell away from it. And same here, basing candles before this sell away. So that's why these qualify as valid supply zones, and they're not yet mitigated. So this is one here, this is the second one, this is the third one. So that is it. If you're looking for demand zones that price can react off of, I think price is coming from this demand zone. But the reason I'm not marking this out as a demand zone is because there wasn't any valid push away from it. It was just forming little candles moving out in slow fashion. So, but price is still reacting from there. If this candle is to hold, then I would like to see it break below this level and also form a demand zone, rather a supply zone for price to come into and sell from. If you check out the 15-minute time frame, so this is 15-minute time frame range break of structure here. I think, sorry, let me take this out. Okay, let me just get this out first. Okay, so do we have this as a break? Yes, this is a break here. This is also a break. And I think this now is the change of character to the downside. So this becomes our new 15-minute range low, and this 15-minute range high. So that is it. I was expecting this zone to actually hold price here, but it looks like it might not actually work. But I do still want to see sells here. Then, like I said, a demand zone, supply zone forming, and continue selling from there. So that's it on Nasdaq. If we go over to US30 on the weekly time frame, we are bullish, and if you check out the most recent candle formation, this is still the range. Last week couldn't break above it, but it did weak here, and that's what is looking like price is currently buying from. And now this is the new candle formation for this week. So we could actually end up breaking it this week once it closes above it in the next few days, 4 to 5 days. So that's it. We could be buying for this week. On the daily time frame, we are currently on the lower time frame supply zone here. So we have to be mindful of that. You can't really see any supply or demand zones on the daily time frame. But what we can see is that price is currently inside this engulfing candle supply zone formation. So we could see it sell from here, especially as there is also a lower time frame supply zone. That could be what happens, and this should be our primary draw on liquidity. But for now, we've had like 2 inside candles. This is the third one. I do expect us to continue having if this zone is to hold until it gets to this point. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, is there any valid zone? Okay, this is one zone here. Price is currently inside this zone, and I think that is it. The 4-hour time frame range is also still intact here. So let's check the 1-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, this is still the zone. This is the range here. This was a break of structure, or rather a change of character. So here is our range low, this is our range high. Now we can mark this out as the 1-hour range high. And checking out for supply and demand zones, this is a valid supply zone. This is also a valid supply zone, but these are on the higher time frame, so you will not really see the formation well. If you check the 4-hour time frame, you'll see it. So on the 15-minute time frame, let's check for market structure. So yeah, this is the 15-minute time frame. I believe it is a change of character to the upside now. And let me bring this out. Sorry, excuse me. Move this back here, and then move this 15 minutes stuff here. Pardon me, this thing is really stressful. So this is the 15 minutes break of structure here, and this is our 15-minute range low. So we have to watch out for what happens. We could start seeing some sales as we're already inside the zone. So thank you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again later. Goodbye.